Hi guys, my name is Tomasz, and for you who don't know, I borrowed this book from Con. Con came up with this initiative that anyone can borrow a book and then do a quick review of some chapters that they read. The book is called BDD in Action, and last month we had a chance to listen about the first part of the book. My talk is focused on the part number 2, which is titled Defining Requirements Using BDD. And quick question, who knows what BDD stands for? Okay, many people. So BDD stands for Behavior-Driven Development. And you may have heard of a concept called TDD, which is Test-Driven Development. So in Test-Driven Development, we're trying to build the thing right. So we're testing whether our methods are returning the correct values. With BDD, the focus is a bit different. We are focusing on building the right thing. So the product that basically solves the problems that we define. And this part 2 of that book is about defining requirements using BDD techniques.
Probably want to edit.
Okay, so the most important thing for every software project is to basically define the goal, the main business goal, the reason why you're building that. And the author comes up with this template which you can use. Like, it's a very basic sentence that helps you understand the reason why it's being built, whether there are any alternatives, and yeah, what are we building. So when we have the vision created, here's an example. To this example directly from the book. The book is focusing on building software for an airline, and they're building a frequent flyer program software. So that's the sample vision from the book. Once that primary vision is defined, we can come up with business goals. It's really crucial for the team members to understand why they're building particular software, not only focused on a very narrow task, but to understand why someone needs this thing to be done. It makes the collaboration between team members much easier when everyone is on the same page. So once we have the business goals clear, we can convert the business goals into software capabilities. And capabilities define, that's an example of business goals. If you're familiar with agile user stories, they're usually written in a template as a user, I want this feature so that I can do something useful. And with the business goals, the focus is on the actual goal. So an example is very high level. In order to increase the sales by 5%, as someone important in the company, I want to build a particular thing with the software. So when the business goals are clear, we can come up with the capabilities. And the author of that book defines capability as a very high-level concept. For example, online hotel booking is capability, and the feature for that capability can be searching for a hotel. Feature for capability user management is adding a user, editing, searching for users. As we are exploring those capabilities in more details, we come up with features. So, as I said before, feature can be adding a user, but it's a very broad concept. So then the author suggests that features should be split into smaller things that are called epics. An example of a feature, for example, keep user data safe. In that feature, within that feature, we can come up with an epic. For example, passwords have to be salted and encrypted, which is still quite broad. So it can be split even further into user stories, which are small concepts that are really easy to understand and really easy to reason about for team members. And those are the smallest pieces of work that developers and testers are working on. In the book you can find some useful agile techniques of exploring the requirements. One of the most interesting ones I found is called real options. So the main idea is that you should start working on a feature when you really need to. So postpone it as long as you can. And that concept is called Yagni. You ain't gonna need it, but the author is trying to expand that concept by using the options which he compares to financial market options. So instead of not building something, try to invest in a little bit of facade or interface that will help you in the future build something much faster and cheaper. As an example, in the book, it's talking about a provider of some service. You can have a service and two providers for it. And you can build abstraction for that will support each of those providers, and it will be easy to switch between them. The other one is deliberate discovery. Another technique is a flip side of the real option. The main idea here is that you should start working from the features that are more difficult, that have the most unknowns. And basically by doing that, by spiking the possible solutions, you can come up with a better quality outcome. Because usually the best way to build the software when you know the best how to build the software when you have finished building it. And this technique helps you to spike, to search for other possible solutions before you have built it. Okay, so we have those user stories, which are the smallest pieces of every feature. And for each user story, anyone can come up with many examples. Like those are two examples for a story about logging into a system. So when I type in a valid login password, the system will log me in. When I type in invalid password, the system will say unauthorized. Every of those examples can be turned into an executable specification by rewriting the example in a language called Gherkin. An example of Gherkin is in the second slide. It's a pretty easy language. That language is used by BDD tool Cucumber, JBehave, a couple of others. And the language is very simple and similar to natural language. Keywords are given, when, then, and is an alias for any of those. So given, I go to the login page and I enter my username. That's the given part, the situation up front before we start our tests, and then we are performing the test. It's the one step. When I enter correct password and I click OK, that's the second part. And the last part is checking whether the the result is as we expected. So that's one scenario for successful working. The other scenario is for unsuccessful one. When we have those scenarios in our feature files, then we need to implement steps that are hidden behind those descriptions. So for example, the description, I go to the login page, behind there's a code that's executed that actually goes to the login page. Yes, as I said, we create a structure similar to to our features. We have the top level directory structure can be capabilities, second level features, and the third level the actual user stories. Gherkin allows you to use tables in the description, and by having tables you can put many examples one line after another, and it's more descriptive, more concise. And also each scenario can be tagged. You can put a tag, for example, this scenario needs a web browser. This one is taking a long time, so then the executable can only pick a particular tag. And in the CI environment, you can run every time only the features that the tests that are taking very, very short time. You can just execute all of them in your CI environment. So that's a section of the book I'm reviewing. It's not focusing on the details of implementing the steps. That's the following part. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. And by looking just at this chapter, part 2, I think it's really good for not only developers and testers, but also business analysts and product owners. It really helps to build good requirements that generate the biggest value. And yeah,
Cool. Thank you.
it's really good.
Does anyone have any questions on that before we move on?
Should we buy it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.